there, welcome to my channel. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria. If you're new here, my channel is all about filmmaking, photography, and creative direction, and the behind the scenes of everything. So if you like those things, then you'll like my channel. In this video, I'm going to be answering the questions that you sent on Instagram. I realized that I don't have a lot of personal Q&A questions on this channel, so I thought, why not start now? So let's get into it. Okay, so the first question is, what makes a film great for you? So for me, what I value most in a film is style and a new perspective. Even if a film isn't executed perfectly, if the core idea is a new idea or if it's a new perspective on something we've seen before, I'm really into it because I feel like artistically it challenges you to create better things. Okay, so I like films like 10 Cloverfield Lane, Scott Pilgrim, Shaun of the Dead, I Care a Lot, Hereditary, and that's because when you look at those films, it's very hard to erase the style from your memory. Like, I can picture the films without even remembering the plot all the way through. Even if you don't like the film and you hate how the plot went, you can still visualize what the film looked like. And I would pick that over a well-executed story that we've seen over and over before. An example would be the film I Care a Lot. I know a lot of people did not like that film, but it's just so stylistic. The perspective to me is new, and the fact that the main character of that film is a villain, you're not supposed to root for a villain in the film. So the fact that people didn't resonate with the main character, they didn't want the main character to succeed, is also why I love the film so much more. In films like The Joker, where we resonate and follow the villain, he's not really an antagonist because we're voting for him. But in I Care a Lot, she is the driving force and antagonist of the story. I mean, I personally was rooting for her, but anyways, I got off track. So yes, that's what makes a great film to me. New ideas, stylistic, graphic language, a creative identity, I guess, would be the most important thing that I value in the film. The next question is, which famous person would you love to work with or make a film with? Directors, actors, etc. In terms of directors, it would be Ava DuVernay for obvious reasons. She's doing everything that I would want to do as a filmmaker. She does documentaries, she does films, she does TV shows, and they're all tilted towards either something political or something whimsical. Love her. I think maybe the Safdie brothers, the directors of Uncut Gems and Good Time. I think if I were to work with them in any project, even as like a production assistant or something, I would be super, super into it. Where would you build your dream home? Now, believe it or not, I've actually thought about this a lot because I would want to live somewhere remote, but not deserted, and I want to be in the city, but not in a place where natural disasters are likely to happen. So I feel like in New York, it's like a great city to be in, but in all the films, New York is the first place to go down. Like, whether it's like a zombie apocalypse, it always breaks out in New York first. Or if it's a natural disaster, it always breaks out in New York first. So, you know, I struggle with this, but I think I would lead towards maybe, I don't know, I like Amsterdam. I feel like it's a perfect mixture between like city and not being too crowded, but being safe, but not being too safe. Yeah, I think that would be my answer. Okay, what have you been listening to recently? Don't even get me started on music. My taste in music is very similar to my taste in films. I've been looking into music history a lot more and like figuring out the origins of my favorite genre, which would be rock, and how it came from hard blues. So I've been listening to hard blues and figuring out like how it connects. I've been listening to Rage Against the Machine, James Brown, Royal Blood, The Regrets, The Ramones, Pretty Reckless, AC/DC, Metallica, Megadeth. Those would be all of my favorite artists in a nutshell. Like the Wallows, The Neighborhood. Yeah. In terms of new artists, oh, I discovered this band called Destroy Boys. It's very on brand for what the music sounds like. Oh, I also been listening to Chloe and Haley. I haven't really listened to their music before, but I'm shook because I love how they sound. It's like R&B, but it's not quite R&B. Like, I like music where it kind of like blends genres or it creates a new genre. I've also been listening to Kid Cudi's new album, which is kind of like hip-hop music, but it's not really. It's like its own genre of music. So that's what I've been listening to. Very vibey. I rediscovered an old song that I used to love. It's called Marinade by Dope Lemons. And No Doubt. No Doubt is Gwen Stefani's band, and their first album, Tragic Kingdom, is really good. I also been listening to Young the Giant again. I used to listen to them a lot when I was younger, but then as I got older, I started listening to more aggressive music. But now I'm circling back. So I've basically been recycling the same artist since I was about 14. The next question is, where would you like your film career to go? For me specifically, I love every part of the production process. So I don't have a specific title that I need to obtain to be fulfilled. So in terms of my film career, I just want to be able to make money full time, doing what I love, being involved in many film productions throughout my life, because to me, the process of doing it is fulfilling enough. So I guess I just want to make money doing what I love full time. It's just really that simple. There's no specific title that I feel like I need to gain in order to feel like I've reached it or made it. I just want to be involved in the process because I love it, what I do so much. So hopefully that answers the question. Where do you find yourself in a few years? Ooh, you guys are really making me think. In a few years, I see myself working full time in productions that I'm passionate about. Do you think that you'll be going mainstream? I asked this person specifically what they meant by mainstream, and they literally meant, will I be working on bigger commercial projects? I think what's the most important to me is that I'm working in productions that I'm passionate about that also pays me to live the life that I want. So if a commercial project happens to be something I'm passionate about and will pay me to live the life that I want to have, then I will gladly do that project. To me, it doesn't matter how big or small the project is. I just want to do what I love for as long as I can and make money doing it. It's so easy, it's so simple. Like, I can't say it in any other way. You've been posting a lot on social media lately. Why? Well, because for so long I felt weird about putting what I was working on online, and I know that sounds bizarre, but I'm kind of a private person, so putting what I did every day just seemed unnatural to me. And then I realized that there's so many projects that I've worked on, and you know, people aren't necessarily going to take the time to read my resume and figure that out. So I just realized that if I wanted to really start building my career properly, I needed to use a platform to showcase what I can do and what I have done. So I started posting more, and I do think that there's a difference between success working in the field and success online, and they obviously fuel one another, but I feel like when you're working in the field, since filmmaking is such a collaborative community to begin with, you're really working with the people within that inner circle, and it takes a lot of networking to get outside projects, right? But if you're successful online, lots of people see that, but you could be missing a go-to network. So I'm trying to bridge the gap so that I can use social media to make the network bigger so that I get more jobs, and so far it's working. So yeah, that's why I've started posting on social media more. Is it okay to take jobs in the industry with no pay? Yes, it is. And a lot of times, if the job is valuable to you, you'll get paid in other ways other than money. So whether that be like a credit that you really want to have on your resume, or whether it being the place covering your lunch or your gas or the cost of your hotel or whatever, that's still a form of pay. But if you're gonna work on a project that you have no interest in working in, you don't want the title credit, you don't like the people you're working with, then maybe working on that production for free isn't valuable to you. So you just have to figure out what's valuable to you in order for you to work on that project for no pay. But I've worked on a lot of projects for free that have helped me on my resume in the future. Thank you for watching this video. That is the end of the Q&A. I feel like this video is going to be like 10 to 15 minutes long, depending on how I edit it. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to see more Q&A videos, comment that below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.